Hi, I'm Rick Rawson, Chief Executive Officer of Loma Linda University Medical Center, Murrieta. Prior to that, I was the President and CEO of Adventist Health Central Valley Network, where I really started to get involved in experience design back in 2010, and that's where I met JoAline Olson.
Hi, I'm JoAline Olson. I'm the Vice President of Innovation for Adventist Health, an 18-hospital system on the West Coast. Prior to that, I was the CEO of St. Helena Hospital in the Napa Valley, and that's where I began my work in experience design, was looking at how do we improve the patient experience, and we really decided the important place to focus was on the employee experience.
When we opened our new hospital, we wanted to make sure that the care that we provided was very different. The experience both employees and our patients had was very different. We didn't want to recreate the old play on a new stage. We wanted to create something that was distinctive and authentic to our mission.
When our journey began back in 2002, we didn't really talk about it a lot, because when we would say experience design, creating experiences, we found that people really weren't resonating with us. And it was so exciting to me several years later when Rick was very interested in what we were doing. And Rick and I had always kind of been soulmates. As the CEO sat around the table, we seemed to see the world a lot the same, and realized that it was creating authentic experiences for our employees and for our patients that would ultimately make the most difference. We knew what we wanted. We wanted engaging experiences for our employees and for our patients. It was a long journey, and there were a lot of naysayers. There were people who wanted to cut important positions out of the budget. But we prevailed, and ultimately at St. Helena Hospital, what made the difference was developing the patient experience in the cancer center. So the theme we developed for St. Helena Hospital was abundant hope, abundant health, and abundant healing. And for the cancer center specifically, we dialed in on abundant hope. And that was the theme that we used throughout the entire center, so that everything the patient saw, the family saw, it focused on hope. And that made a real difference for the patient experience.
When we started the work of experience design, everything changed. As we went into it, it was an effort to improve our patient experience. It soon became evident that we needed to improve our employee experience as well. But what we didn't realize is that what began to happen is our whole view of the world began to change. In healthcare, so much of what we have is constrained by cost, constrained by regulation. Oftentimes, we seem defined by what we can't do instead of what we can do. And as we began the work of experience design and learning about the principles of what this could bring to our organization, we began to see the possibilities and no longer the constraints that we lived under for so long. Not only did our organization begin to change, but every leader who was involved in this process was fundamentally changed. And I knew that as we started down this journey, no one would ever be the same again. We would never see the world the same way again. And that was incredibly rewarding.
So I really look forward to this collaborative. I look forward to talking with the bright minds that will, when we're together. I look forward to learning how we can influence very large organizations. Rick and I are both involved in very large organizations. How do we move past the barriers? How do we take an object that is in motion and not necessarily the direction we want it to go, and how can we use our best thinking, our best influence, the thinking of the group, to help us see additional ways to change the fundamental patient experience in healthcare forever. And obviously it won't be changed once, it will continue to change, but how do we get all of the people involved, 22,000 in my organization, how do we get them to see the possibility and to see the world through new eyes and with abundance so that we can connect patients' hearts and heads to their health?
While this has created breakthrough results for us, I really believe that the potential of these principles applied and what I hope to get out of the collaborative goes far beyond that. Because healthcare in our country is broken. It's broken from the way it's funded, to the way it's organized, to the way it's delivered. We believe that there are opportunities, and what I'm interested in is the power of these principles and what it can do to help us create transformation of the healthcare system. So the people who live in our communities, whether they're sick or whether they're not, whether they come to our hospitals or whether they don't, can live a better life because we've been able to apply these principles in a way that can fundamentally create transformational change in a healthcare system.